gotta come back with me. Where? Back to the future.
Alright, Sam, guess this game.
Okay, guys, we're gonna play a game. Here we go.
It's a game that came out a while ago, and people kind of liked it.
Okay.
And then they released a sequel which completely ignored everything that made the first game great, and people fucking hated it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the developer said, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take the sequel and we're basically gonna make it the original game.
Bro, if you're gonna make a game, make it difficult. Of course we're talking about fucking Destiny 2,
Bro,
man.
come on now. Stop it. Stop hating on Destiny 2, okay? We are not a Destiny 2 hate channel.
Never.
But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
I don't believe you.
We're talking about the Culling 2, which in spectacular fashion has gone on to become like the fastest game to ever explode and delete itself from Steam.
Faster than Lawbreakers?
Even
No way.
faster than Lawbreakers.
Holy shit.
I want to make another $1 billion.
The developer has announced today that they plan to remove the game and basically go back to the first game quite literally. This is a true story. Stick around. Now, bring us up to speed on what happened a few days ago when we first talked about the Culling.
Ladies and gentlemen, we love to talk about the news, and the news a few days ago was the Culling 2 came out. Okay, everyone loved the Culling 1, or if it had a small,
Like
dedicated community of 6 people. That was like, after 6 months of development, they just stopped updating that game.
No, the way it worked was that it came out, and then they had like 18 months of work on the PC, but it came out on Xbox, and then
6
like
months after
6
that,
months
sorry.
after that, they scuttled the game and they said, we're not working on it.
There we go. It pissed off the small community of 6 people, and then they brought out the Culling 2 out of nowhere, right?
Absolutely nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere. And then, no one played the game.
Is there anyone alive out there?
Like, and when
No
we say,
one
when we say
played the
no
game.
one, when we say no one, we actually mean like no one. Like, it was crazy. 0 concurrent players on the second day. We were telling the story where like we were watching the concurrent players go from 200 to 5 to 1 to 0 all in the space of 24 hours. We were following the news like, hey, we got to do a video on this tomorrow. There's only 5 people playing it. And by the time we actually did the video, we were like, fuck.
And I was sitting there going, man, this is, we feel bad. Like, there's no one playing this game. We're going to make this video anyway.
So the game has been like obviously just criticized widely by everyone, and the developer actually, funnily enough, tweeted out recently on their official Twitter like this tweet. Did you see this tweet?
No.
It was actually like the "This is fine."
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I
they
did
just-
see that. The dog.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Props to them for owning it, but at the same time, fuck you for like creating this situation in the first place. So that happened. It's been radio silence from the developer since then, and they've just come out with a statement today talking about what they plan to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the highlights of that statement now, and we're going to see what we think. Here we go.
Okay, guys, here we go. You got to press play, Ralph. Ralph's an idiot.
Click on where it says subscribed, and there you go. That unsubscribe you from this channel.
There you go. Okay,
Hi there,
guys, here we go.
I'm Josh Van Velde. I'm the Director of Operations here at Xavient. Today I'm going to be giving you an update about our studio and our projects. I think most of you know that last week we launched the Culling 2, and that launch was not successful.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Look at his face then.
God.
That's the best
Holy
one.
shit. Look at that face that we still on. He's just like Ben Affleck on steroid sadness.
Hello, darkness, my old
It's not good. I feel bad watching this. But I'm going to go download the Culling 2. I just want to help.
Okay, let's continue, right?
It's been difficult for us to wrap our heads around the entire situation. It's been a lot to take in, but we've been having a lot of discussions. And one thing that has emerged very clearly for us is that the Culling 2 was not a game that you asked for, and it's not the game that you expect as a worthy successor to the Culling.
You must meet.
The Culling 2
Came out last spring.
Whoa, put her back in. She's not done yet.
So with that in mind, we've decided that the best course of action is to take that game down off of store shelves. So this week we'll be in contact with Valve, Sony, and Microsoft to close those stores and to make sure that those of you who bought the game get refunds.
So just to be clear, what they're saying is they're basically deleting their own game. Okay, like it's gone. They're just saying we had a game and it's no longer available. They're not going to sell it anymore. They're going to give people full refunds for those who bought it. That's a big deal,
That
man.
is a big deal.
That's
I can't
a big
think of a
deal.
game that's ever, like taken itself down so quickly.
Neither can
ever.
I. I mean, maybe there's some obscure example we don't know about, but like think about the biggest flops that we've had, like Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers or
that survived for ages, even though it had like zero, or not zero, but it had like 10
Radical
concurrent
Heights,
players.
you know?
Yeah, Radical Heights was free at least.
Yeah,
this one we actually had to play for.
Yeah,
it.
that's
But like,
true.
very bold move, Cotton, deleting
Yeah.
your own game from Steam. So
and just as you guys can see, another still of him in just ultimate sadness, just
It
in
is just
perpetual sadness.
summertime sadness.
So I can announce right now that one of the things that we will do moving forward is to go back to the culling day one. And I think that that's an area that we owe you an apology, because when we thought back to day one of the culling and how we handled that launch, we realized that we changed too much too fast,
This is
and that there was
this
something
is
very
nice.
unique and very special about the personality of that game that we were too eager to modify, to balance, to retune. And so we took a game that you guys loved and we changed it out from under you, and I want to apologize for that.
I think that's a really interesting moment to stop for a second. Like, yeah, we love to like lols and stuff, but like, all jokes aside, the guy is really just trying to be honest and go, you know what, we fucked up. We fucked up. We are sorry. I just feel bad for this guy.
But like, I don't feel that
much.
much sympathy, because like what you're seeing in the comment section below as well, and from the actual culling community proper, is that like we've been telling you this forever and you fucking ignored us. You haven't listened to anything, and now when your game was blown up in a heap, now you're listening to us because you have no choice. So
I feel like when you're seeing someone with the armor let go and he's so just like, guys,
Affleck sadness.
Yeah, Affleck sadness times 100. I feel bad, you know? Like
I do. My heart goes out to him as well. Clearly, but at the same time, it's like you are your choices.
Of course.
And these guys made this choice.
Of
Anyway,
course.
let's see what else he has to
Okay,
say.
here we go. Here we go.
I want to apologize because when we got to the end of our early access run, you weren't happy with the state of the game. We weren't happy with our relationship with the community. We weren't happy with how you felt about the game. We weren't happy with the game ourselves, but we didn't see a path forward. So we turned it off and moved on to something else. And in retrospect, that was a mistake.
So, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? That is such a critical point. It's sort of like we basically saw something that we built that you didn't like and that we didn't really like it either, and we thought we had a bad relationship with our community, so we thought, fuck it. Next. And I think that's the part that really grates me.
Yeah,
because
I
it's kinda
agree
like,
with that.
There's so many examples of games that are out there today. Like, we talk about Siege all the time, and like Warframe, and you know, like, okay, even Destiny 2, I know a lot of people shit on, including us. But the fact is, they're sticking with the game and they're trying to make it better. Like, it's cutting and running on games is not okay, especially like for a game like this, with it's all about its community. You can't just do that, and that's exactly what these guys did.
I agree. When you look at Radical Heights or Lawbreakers, there is no community to just let it go and see you later. But these, like, you know, there's obviously a lot of people that are desperately trying to get the message to these developers that we want you to fix it a certain way, and for them to just cut and run. Of course, it is a shame for him to say that they didn't see a path forward. In my personal opinion, if you're hearing what the community is saying, that's 90% of what the path is. You know, if you like listen to what they want,
that's true, I agree.
that is the path forward. So I do feel bad for the dude, but when I hear these things, I'm like, man, I really feel like that is the biggest mistake here, that you've not really embraced the community and gone, okay, guys, we work for you. What do you want?
Totally.
You know?
I can announce that as of this week, the culling in its day one form, and by that I mean literally the build that we launched back in March of 2016, is coming to our test servers. The other part of our announcement is that we're putting the culling back into development. And the culling in its day one form is going to remain on the test servers for as long as the game's in development, to serve as a reference point for all of us to look back to. Our immediate goal for the culling, in terms of our first update, is to take the October 2017 build that's live right now and to modify it so that every aspect of the gameplay matches the day one build.
So what he's basically saying in these two bits was that they're going to be basically putting the original build of the game on the test server so everyone can play it, and they're going to try and update the current build of the game, of the culling, so it goes back to that. So they're really going back to square one. It's a pretty large retreat, but it sounds like it's what the community's wanted. It's pretty fucking ballsy, and it's a very, very interesting choice.
It is, and I think that, again, I've never seen anything like this before.
Neither have I. I've never seen, like, our sequel is so shit, we're not just going back to the prequel, we're going back to the first build of the prequel. Do you know what I mean?
I think, you know, drastic times cause for drastic measures. There's no one playing the game, so they need to do something.
Maybe
you know?
someone will play our old game.
Yeah, maybe if they get one person playing, that's 100% increase.
Right.
That's a joke from Ralph the other episode, but I took it again, people.
We also know that we need an audience to come with this game. I think a lot of you are going to come back, but we need new blood as well. And to that end, I'm announcing that we're putting the Culling into free-to-play when we launch that update. So we think that that'll be a new opportunity for the game to thrive.
Well,
All right, so,
yeah.
I want to just firstly say, oh, man, I feel bad. But
savage.
It's so, I mean, I really do commend that he, you know, came out and was like, guys, he was very transparent in that, I felt. And I do feel like, yes, I know they've made mistakes. They've made mistakes. But I don't know, I feel bad when I see this stuff. I go, I hope that people do come back to the Culling one, because it's okay in business to make mistakes, I think. But not lie to people like freaking No Man's Sky, but like to make mistakes like this and want to come back and go, we fucked up. Can we please try and give you something that you want? And hopefully people will line up for that.
Yeah, I get it. It's funny because yesterday you were like, oh, I won't give No Man's Sky another chance. But you're like, I give these guys another chance.
No, because they're lying. They're lying to us,
Yeah,
No
but
Man's
this
Sky.
wasn't a lie. This was just like ignoring your community for 18 months. Shipping, like cutting and running on a game after 6 months. Shipping a terrible PUBG clone that was so cynical and such a lazy cash-in. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm personally like, I don't know about this. Like, I feel, I don't know.
I think
very little trust in this. Like, very little trust.
Very little trust, I agree, but there's fundamental differences between, hey guys, this is all in the game and it's not in the game, compared to, guys, we're going to stop developing on that game because we think that this is where the genre is moving with Battle Royale. We think this is the future, and we're going to jump on this, and we're going to hopefully, and we hope that you guys are going to enjoy that.
I think they're both shit, right? They're both shit ways.
There's levels of shit. There's two tiers of shit. There's tiers of shit, okay?
It's a big move. It's a very unexpected move. It's pretty... Like, it's an interesting case study going forward, like whether or not other games will do this. You know, whether or not, like, if your sequel really bombs, do you just go back to the prequel? I don't know. But
I think Destiny's sitting there going, well, you know, we better take notes. We better take damn notes on this.
But look, it is what it is. I'm interested to check it out, right? I'm very skeptical of this. I don't know how this is going to go. But they're having a crack at something, and I'm willing to give them a chance on that level. Especially if there's a community of people that love a game and they want to be able to play that game. That's good, and I want to be able to help that out. Yeah. But at the same time, very, very skeptical about this.
Yeah.
So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna Sam and I are gonna play this game now,
guys,
right?
We're gonna jump on.
We're gonna actually, because we've downloaded this game now that we've seen it, and we're like, well, is it actually as shit as it said? Like, is it actually worth playing or not? So we're gonna be streaming it live. This video is going live, and
I think we've never played it before, so you're gonna be able to watch us for like 2 or 3 hours, not knowing what the fuck we're doing. So guys, tune in. You'll see description and a pinned comment, our Twitches. Please check it out. We'd love to see you.
If you watch this video within 2 or 3 hours of it going live, we should be streaming it. So long as it doesn't suck or it's not broken, we'll be doing that. Check it out. But that's the news. And
see you, fam.